Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. One man has died and a woman is in a serious condition after a three-vehicle crash at Liddell, south of Muswellbrook. Police say two cars collided on the New England Highway near Pikes Gully Road just before midnight. A truck then hit both vehicles. The male driver of one of the cars died at the scene. A 22-year-old woman driving the other car was freed from the wreckage and flown to the John Hunter Hospital. The truck driver was uninjured and taken to hospital for mandatory testing. The highway remains closed in both directions, with diversions in place. Meanwhile, police are appealing for any dashcam or CCTV footage as investigations continue into a fatal crash in Madawi last week. A 26-year-old motorbike rider died following a collision with a car on Abundance Road on November 25. Anyone with footage is urged to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Newcastle's Lord Mayor will now have to give 24 hours written notice to all other councillors when exercising policy-making powers in cases of necessity. The majority of councillors voted to amend the instruments of delegation at last night's meeting. It follows criticism of Lord Mayor Ross Kerridge's use of the power to approve last month's Rising Tide protestival. Ross Kerridge says the event was changing rapidly and decisions needed to be made quickly. He's told the ABC last night's decision was politically motivated.
There are 12 councillors who'd all like to be Lord Mayor, and they're playing their political games, and I think sometimes misguided and sometimes certainly guided and malevolent.
5 years after the Myuna Bay Sport and Recreation Centre closed without warning, a new site has finally been chosen to build a replacement facility. Lake Macquarie MP Greg Piper will announce this morning a parcel of 7 hectares of land at the northern end of the Morisset Hospital site will be home to a new sports facility. Planning and design work will now get underway, with construction due to start once existing health services at Morisset Hospital are relocated to the Maitland Mental Health Rehabilitation Facility. Hunter MP Dan Repicoli is calling on the state government to pass down a pay rise for the state's nurses and midwives. They're calling for a 15% one-year pay increase and mandated nurse-to-patient ratios. Dan Repicoli says a pay bump would be beneficial.
Well, it would definitely help keep a lot of nurses in the state instead of nurses going to Victoria or Queensland or ACT. It would definitely help that. So that in entail would make it so that we were getting better care for people in our hospitals.
Consumer advocates are pushing for households throughout the country and the Hunter to be provided with better access to information about what the transition to renewable energy will mean for them. A survey has found 61% of Australians believe the energy transition will be good for our nation. However, just 20% believe the effect on their household has been clearly explained. Liz Stevens from Energy Consumers Australia says they want to see a one-stop shop brought in to assist with the transition.
People need the right information at the right time from sources that they trust in order to understand what's coming down the track and what they can do to benefit from the transition to renewables. So we'd like to see a one-stop shop for Australians so they can quickly find the information they need about things like efficient appliances, installing heat pumps, charging an EV, insulating their homes and, crucially, saving money on their energy bills.
2NURFM Sport.
There's no place like home for the Newcastle Jets, who are looking forward to the comfort of McDonald Jones Stadium following their recent disrupted travels across the ditch. The team suffered their third straight loss against Auckland last weekend, but are hopeful for their upcoming clash with Adelaide. Midfielder Callum Timmins says the boys are looking forward to the local support.
Yeah, at home, there's no better feeling than playing at McDonald Jones in front of the fans. The lads they're really the 12th man the fans are, and we really need them to sort of get behind the lads and, get around us for the result.
Knights forward Leo Thompson is being urged to consider his options now he's a free agent. The 24-year-old Maori All-Stars representative has caught the attention of several NRL clubs, but Knights management seem confident they will retain him. And Newcastle Football is exploring ways they can be adaptable if hit by another wet season. The organisation was forced to extend combined community competitions this year to accommodate a backlog of washed-out games. That's sport. I'm Meredith Blair.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 18, 22, 23, 26, 27, 39 and 44, and the supplementaries are 10, 37 and 41. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.